guys, we're at Gen Con with Brandon from Dead Alive Games, and he's going to talk to us about Cyber Pet Quest because you need to know about it. We did a preview for it and absolutely loved it, and now it's here in the flesh, and it's beautiful. Brandon.
Yes, thank you, and thank you for the preview. Super fun game. So myself and my co-owner and co-designer Bernie Lynn really worked hard on this. So it's a game where you are playing as 4 cybernetically enhanced pets. You are on a mission, so basically your owner goes out and doesn't come back, and after a while you're worried. You round up this is Jane's perspective. You round up your pet friends and you need to investigate and figure out where did Howard go. Now, unfortunately, people have been acting a little bit crazy for a little bit of time, right? People have cybernetic implants in their head, and there's a virus going around, so people are behaving pretty badly. So they're kind of the main antagonists in this game. You are trying to outsmart them, and meanwhile, use your energy to investigate the scenario, kind of investigate objectives, figure out how to solve the puzzle of each chapter. They vary widely. They're very different and interesting ways that you have to interact with the world to kind of progress the story along and succeed. There are lots of really cool, unique items. There's leveling up. There's a branching storyline through the city of San Lazaro. Might look familiar to some of you, but yeah, it's a super, super fun and exciting game, and it splits out ultimately into 4 unique stories with mini bosses and just really interesting and thematic challenges. So
I can say from our experience when we played it, we just had we had the very early, prototype and stuff. We were really surprised at the ease, but the depth, right? Like it wasn't overwhelming to learn and kind of get into. Then it's like, oh man, we need to be smart about what we're doing. And, but also, even with the prototype, it was tough because I have kids and they're like, what is this? Yeah. And we're like immediately kind of obsessed. And it's like, please be gentle. We have to send that somewhere. So really excited to see it all like in real life. It's there. And yeah, what do you got?
Well, just one of the great things about we can scale the difficulty by making the enemies more or less challenging. And this is something that's really crucial. We wanted it to be great for families and 8 plus, so people to play together. But we also wanted it to be really hard if that's what you want. So we start with story mode. Adventure is kind of the normal mode difficulty. And then there are 2 higher difficulties that get pretty nasty. So
nice.
If you're into a real crunchy challenge, we have that for you as well. So yeah, kind of surprising tactical depth in what is a light and easy to learn game.
Well, and it's also kind of misleading because that's such a small box and there's a lot of game in there. And the characters are asymmetrical, and they're all cute, have great names. So we were big fans, and it's also pretty funny. The humor in there, the names you see, there's jokes, there's Easter eggs in there, and we really appreciated that. I thought it was super fun.
Yeah.
And it looks great, and it looks like you guys did something to make it like if anybody has color issues.
Yeah. So we did some symbology on the enemies, and so we wanted to color coordinate it and just make it as easy to use as possible. So, and we struggled for a long time. How do we connect up this kind of variable board with just generic colors and shapes? And this is what we came up with. So yeah, a triangle. So if there is any kind of issue with like red-green color blindness is really common, etc. So you can use the triangle to kind of map this slot on the enemy board with this particular meeple on the board.
I have colorblind people in my game group, and so I was something I was never aware of until we started playing board games together, and then it's like, oh my gosh. So now I'm like, I don't want to say hyper aware, but I'm always excited to see when somebody presents like a clever solution, right? So you can, people don't have to mark up their game, with a pen or a marker. So that's really well done there. Dual layer player boards. Come on guys, what do you want? Super good, great art, everything. We are big fans. They not only have Cyber Pet Quest, but they have a hit on their hands.
So
yeah, we have a well-received game here called Lunar Rush. It's a mid-weight Euro game. It's very thinky. Another game that we think is pretty easy to learn and mechanically not challenging, but one that requires a significant depth of thought once you get into it. In this game, you're playing a corporate conglomerate on Earth. Recently, some materials, think super gold and super diamond, have been discovered on the moon, and Earth wants it badly. So you got to mobilize all your resources and your workforce, get them up to the moon to work on your moon base and generate these awesome things and mine and refine and, generate these beautiful cut crystal gems so that you can ship them back down to Earth to sell for giga credits. So there's 3 big phases in the game. And the first is you do have to invest in your business, right? So you are taking your VP, basically your giga credits, and bidding. So the first thing you do is lose points.
Funny.
But you do that so that you can pick the route that you want. We have the fast route, so you can immediately get a couple of things up and use them. But if you're willing to wait a turn, you can get 5 items up on the medium route or 9 in 2 turns on the slow route. And that's a big efficiency boost if you're willing to wait and plan ahead a little bit. Same thing on the way down. So once you have all this fantastic stuff to sell on Earth, you can get 1 down there right away, which is nice. It sells immediately, which means, let's say the price is 22 giga credits. You come down here and you drop the price down to 20. So you get the best price. Now this ship that's been traveling now for 2 turns is going to come and sell. Well, they're not going to get the 44 they planned on when they loaded their ship. They're going to get 40 instead. And so it's this whole dynamic, moving target of the market and how to interact with it. So
We were impressed by, and a lot of people I think were impressed by the push and the pull of it. And then also it's like an hour, 45 minutes to like maybe just over an hour is most of the time with our experience playing it.
yeah, the simultaneous play. So this part, it's kind of a worker placement puzzle. So here are your astronauts that are on the moon. You can use them however you want. You can build and upgrade and then use stuff. But the key thing is that everyone's doing this simultaneously, and that just speeds stuff up to a really nice pace.
Yeah. This was one that you guys knocked out of the park. You crushed it.
Thank you.
And obviously you've gotten a lot of recognition, well-deserved recognition for it. But yeah, so if you have not heard of Lunar Rush, get out of the cave you're living in and come and see it, because it's really good.
People keep calling it a hidden gem, and we're like, we're trying so hard
We
to,
don't want to be
to
hidden.
reveal it. Yeah.
We want to be a regular gem.
Yeah, exactly. A regular gem. One of these. We want to be one of these.
one of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's worth every giga credit you spend on it, right?
Hell yeah.
Right on.
And you can say the title's only 3 words.